You walk into a room and stop. Why did you come here? Nothing, just blank. You meet someone at a party, and 30 seconds later you cannot remember their name. You are in the middle of a sentence, and the word just vanishes. Poof, gone. You laugh it off. You say, oh, it is just age, it is just stress. Everyone forgets things, right? Wrong. That tiny signal, that little pause, that moment of emptiness inside your head is your brain sending you a warning. It is not normal. It is not harmless. It is the first crack in a wall that, if you ignore it, will only get wider. But here is the good news you are not hearing anywhere else. You can reverse that crack. You can fill it. You can make your memory sharp again. Not in years, not in months, but in days. Stay with me, because what I am about to show you will change the way you think about your brain forever. This is truth or toxic, and this is the memory wave. You walk into your kitchen. You open the fridge, you stand there staring at the milk and the eggs and the leftover pizza, and you have no idea what you were looking for. That happens, right? Or you are telling a story, a good one, and right in the middle, the next word just disappears. You freeze. You say, it is on the tip of my tongue, but it never comes. Most people ignore these moments. They call it brain fog. They call it getting older. They call it being tired. But listen to me, that is not normal. That is your hippocampus, the part of your brain that builds memories, sending you a distress signal. Every time you forget why you walked into a room, every time you lose your train of thought, every time you cannot grab a name that you know, your brain is screaming for help. And what do? You laugh. You say, I am just distracted. But the truth is, your memory is not slowly fading. It is being turned down like a volume knob, 1 degree at a time. And if you keep ignoring it, one day you will not be able to turn it back up. The scary part? Most people wait until it is too late. They wait until they cannot remember their grandchild's birthday or the route home from the grocery store. But here is what no one tells you. That volume knob can be turned back up. And it does not take years of brain games or expensive supplements. It takes days. Because the solution is not what you think. And I am about to show you exactly what it is. What if I told you that some of the sharpest minds on Wall Street, the people who move millions of dollars before lunch, have a secret? They do not talk about it. They do not post about it on social media. But behind closed doors, they use a specific sound, a frequency, to lock in focus and supercharge their memory. And here is the part that will make you angry. That same technology used to cost over $2,000. Private clinics in New York and San Francisco charged executives thousands for sessions with specialized audio equipment. They called it neurofeedback. They called it brain training for the elite. And regular people like you and me never had access to it. Until now. The memory wave is the exact same technology, the same frequencies, the same brain activation, but without the private clinic price tag. You can get it today for less than $50. That is less than a pizza for two, less than a tank of gas, less than what you probably spend on coffee in a week. Think about that. The people who compete for the highest stakes in the world use this to stay sharp. And now you can use it too. But do not take my word for it. Just ask yourself this. If you could buy back the last 5 times you forgot something important for the price of a pizza, would you do it? Of course you would. And that is exactly what we are talking about here. Let me ask you something. How much money have you spent on fish oil? On omega-3 supplements that promise to boost your brain? How many hours have you wasted playing brain games on your phone, matching colors and tapping shapes, thinking you are training your memory? I will tell you the truth that supplement companies and app developers do not want you to hear. Most of that stuff does almost nothing. Studies show that omega-3 supplements improve your omega-3 levels. That is it. They do not make your memory sharper. They do not stop brain fog. And those brain games? Research proves you get better at playing the game, not at remembering names or where you put your keys. You are just training yourself to be a champion at tapping a screen. Your real memory stays exactly where it was. But the memory wave works completely differently. It does not rely on pills that your body might not even absorb. It does not rely on mental effort that exhausts you. Instead, it uses theta waves, a specific brain frequency that targets your hippocampus directly. That is the factory where memories are built. Within minutes of listening, your brain begins to produce more theta activity. And that is when the fog starts to lift. Not in months, not in weeks, in minutes. So stop wasting your time and your money on things that do not work. You deserve a real solution. Most people get this wrong, and because they get it wrong, they think the product does not work. But the problem is not the audio. The problem is the clock on your wall. You see, your brain produces different frequencies at different times of the day. In the morning, your brain is full of beta waves, fast, alert, ready for action. That is great for getting things done, but terrible for absorbing theta waves. If you use the memory wave right after you wake up, you are pushing a rope uphill. Your brain is not ready to receive those memory-building frequencies. And at night, right before bed, your brain is shifting into alpha and then delta for sleep. That is also not ideal. But there is a sweet spot, a window that most people completely miss. And when you hit that window, the effects multiply by up to 300%. That is not marketing talk. That is neuroscience. The best time to use the memory wave is during what is called the drowsy gap. That moment when you are winding down but not yet sleepy, usually about 1 hour before you plan to sleep, or the moment right after a nap, when your brain is still soft and open. That is when your hippocampus is most receptive. That is when theta waves sink in deep. And here is the secret that only people who actually buy and test the product figure out. You can also use it while you are lying in bed with your eyes closed, just resting. No effort, no meditation, just listen and let your brain do the work. Most people use it at the wrong time and then say it did nothing for them. Do not be that person. You do not have to believe me. I do not want you to believe me. I want you to prove it to yourself. Here is what I am asking you to do. Get the memory wave today. Use it for 7 days. Just 7 days. That is it. And here is the simple protocol that works. Day 1, listen once in the drowsy gap before bed. Day 2, listen twice, once in the afternoon rest period and once before bed. Day 3 through day 7, listen once every evening. That is less than 10 minutes a day. After 7 days, I want you to test yourself. Try to remember a list of 10 words from the morning. Try to recall what you ate for lunch 3 days ago. Try to walk into a room and remember why you went there. What you will notice is not a dramatic explosion of superhuman memory. That is not how real improvement works. What you will notice is that the little pauses get shorter. The names come back faster. The fog thins out. You will feel a clarity that you have not felt in years. And here's the beautiful part. You do not have to take my word for it because the product comes with a full guarantee. You can test it for 2 full months, but I promise you after 7 days following this simple protocol, you will not want to return it. You will want to thank me. So do not sit there wondering if this could work for you. Find out. Get it. Test it. See your own results. The link is in the description. Here is a mistake that 9 out of 10 people make. They put on the audio, they set the volume to something that feels comfortable, and they think that is fine. But comfortable is not effective. If the volume is too low, your brain treats the sound like background noise, like a fan running or traffic outside. It filters it out. You get zero benefit. If the volume is too high, your brain tenses up. It treats the sound as a threat, something loud and annoying, and it blocks the frequencies instead of absorbing them. So what is the right volume? It is surprisingly simple. Set the volume to the exact level where you can still hear someone talking to you from across the room. That is it. Not loud enough to drown out the world, but not soft enough to disappear. At that level, your brain relaxes into the sound. The theta waves pass right through your auditory cortex and into your hippocampus. That simple adjustment, which takes 5 seconds, transforms the memory wave from something that feels pleasant into something that actually rewires your memory. Most people never figure this out. They try the audio once at the wrong volume, feel nothing, and give up. But you are not most people. You are watching this video because you want real results. So make that adjustment. 5 seconds. That is all it takes. And that one tip alone is worth more than the price of the product. There is something that almost no review talks about, the side effects. But not the bad kind. Users of the memory wave consistently report benefits that have nothing to do with memory. They say their anxiety drops. They say they sleep deeper and wake up feeling actually rested. They say the constant chatter in their head, the loop of worries and to-do lists, gets quieter. Why does that happen? Because theta waves are not just for memory. They are the frequency of deep relaxation, of creative flow, of the state right before you fall asleep. When you stimulate theta activity in your brain, you are not just building better memories. You are calming the overactive parts of your brain that keep you stressed and wired. You are giving yourself a mental massage that costs nothing per use after you buy the audio. One user told me she used to lie awake for hours replaying conversations from the day. After 1 week of the memory wave, she was falling asleep in 15 minutes. Another user said his constant low-level dread, that feeling that something was wrong, just faded away. He did not expect that. He just wanted to remember where he put his glasses. But he got so much more. So when you look at the price, do not just think about memory. Think about better sleep. Think about less anxiety. Think about a brain that finally shuts up and lets you rest. That is what you are really buying. There is a quiet race happening in America right now. Busy moms with 3 kids and 1,000 things to remember. College students pulling all-nighters and cramming for exams. Entrepreneurs juggling clients and deadlines and payroll. They are all discovering the same secret, and they are not shouting about it. They are keeping it to themselves. Because once you find an edge, a real edge that makes your brain work better without pills or effort, you do not want everyone to know. But here is the truth. The more people find out about the memory wave, the more the price will go up, or the stock will run out. That is not a sales trick. That is simple supply and demand. Right now, you can get it for less than $50. But the company has raised prices before when demand spiked, and they will do it again. So every day you wait, you risk paying more or missing out entirely. Ask yourself this: if you knew that next month the price would double, would you buy it today? Of course you would. But you do not know that. Nobody knows. What I know is that thousands of people are buying this every week, and the company cannot keep production at the same price forever. So do not be the person who waits and then complains that it costs too much. Get it now while it is still affordable. The link is waiting for you. Before you spend another dollar on anything, I want you to do a simple test with me right now. I'm going to give you a list of 10 common words. Read them once, then look away and try to remember as many as you can. Apple, chair, river, mountain, candle, elephant, bicycle, window, doctor, thunder. How many did you get? If you got 7 or more, your memory is decent. But if you got 6 or fewer, and especially if you got 3 or 4, your brain is screaming for theta waves right now. That low score is not a judgment on you. It is a measurement of how much fog has already built up. The good news is that people with low scores are actually the fastest responders to the memory wave. Think of your brain like a dry sponge. The drier it is, the more water it absorbs. People who are already sharp notice a small improvement. But people who are struggling, people who feel like their memory is slipping away, they see dramatic results in as little as 3 days. That could be you. So do not be ashamed of forgetting half the words on that list. Be excited, because now you know exactly what your brain needs, and you have the solution right in front of you. Take that test result as your wake-up call, then scroll down, click the link, and start your 7-day protocol tonight. Let me show you the math that does not lie. The memory wave costs less than a dinner out, less than a month of fancy coffee drinks, less than 1 visit to a chiropractor, less than a single session with a therapist. And unlike all of those things, you buy it once and you own it forever. No subscriptions, no monthly fees, no hidden charges. Now compare that to the cost of not buying it. Every day you delay, you experience more forgotten names, more missed appointments, more frustration when you cannot find your phone that is literally in your hand. What is that costing you? What is it costing your confidence, your relationships, your peace of mind? One user told me he almost lost his job because he kept forgetting client details during calls. He bought the memory wave, and within 2 weeks, his manager noticed the difference. He kept his job. What is that worth to you? Another user said she forgot her own daughter's school play. She showed up to an empty auditorium. She cried in her car. That has not happened since she started using the audio. So when you look at the price, do not think about the dollars. Think about what you are losing every single day you wait. The real price is not $50. The real price is everything you forget between now and the day you finally decide to act. Stop delaying. The link is below. You have nothing to lose. Read that again. You have absolutely nothing to lose. The memory wave comes with a full 60-day guarantee. You can use it every single day for 2 whole months. If you do not feel sharper, if you do not notice fewer brain fog moments, if you are not sleeping better and feeling less anxious, you ask for your money back and they return every penny. No hoops, no questions, no hassle. But here is the truth that the guarantee does not tell you. Less than 1% of people ask for a refund. Why? Because the product works. People try it, they feel the difference, and they keep it. That is not marketing hype. That is just reality. So ask yourself honestly right now, what is stopping you? Is it the money? The guarantee removes that risk. Is it the doubt? The 7-day test removes that doubt. Is it the fear that nothing works for you? The thousands of people who already bought it prove that something does. The only thing really stopping you is inertia, the simple human tendency to do nothing and hope things get better on their own. But they will not. Your memory will not magically fix itself. You have to take one small step. Click a link, enter your information, put on your headphones. That is it. And if you hate it, you lose nothing. But if you love it, you gain everything. So what are you waiting for? One of the best things about the memory wave is that you do not have to stop your life to use it. You do not have to sit in a dark room. You do not have to chant or meditate or cross your legs. You can use this audio while you are doing other things. While you are answering emails, turn the volume down low and let it play in the background. While you are driving to work, keep it on at that same low level. While you are cooking dinner or folding laundry or walking on the treadmill, your brain is still absorbing those theta frequencies. That is the beauty of passive audio stimulation. You do not have to focus on it. You do not have to try. Your brain processes the sound whether you pay attention or not. So you are improving your memory during time you were already going to spend doing something else. That is what makes this product different from meditation apps or brain training games that demand your full attention. Those things feel like work. This feels like nothing. You just live your life, and your brain gets sharper in the background. One user told me he listens while he mows the lawn. Another listens during her morning commute. A college student listens while he reviews his notes. He says the information sticks better now. So no more excuses about not having time. You have the time, you just need to start. You might have seen negative reviews online. Someone tried the memory wave for 2 days and said it did nothing. Someone else used it at the wrong volume or the wrong time and called it a scam. Let me explain what is really happening. When something actually works, when it is not just a placebo, it requires consistency. You cannot go to the gym once and expect muscles. You cannot eat one salad and lose 20 pounds. And you cannot listen to a brain frequency twice and expect a photographic memory. The people who leave negative reviews are almost always the people who did not follow the simple instructions. They used it for 48 hours, felt no magic, and gave up. That is not a failure of the product. That is a failure of expectation. Real results take a little patience. 7 days of consistent use. That is the minimum effective dose. And here is the kicker. The fact that some people do not get instant results is actually proof that the memory wave is real. If it were a placebo, everyone would feel great immediately because placebos work on belief. But theta waves work on biology, and biology takes a few days to respond. So when you see a negative review from someone who tried it for a weekend and quit, ignore it. Those people were never going to succeed with anything. You are different. You are willing to give it 7 days, and after 7 days, you will understand why the positive reviews far outnumber the negative ones. I want to tell you about a man named Robert. He was 67 years old, retired, living in Florida, and he was terrified. His mother had Alzheimer's. He watched her forget his name. He watched her forget how to use a fork, and he started seeing the same signs in himself. He would drive to the grocery store and forget why he was there. He would call his daughter and forget what he wanted to say. He was not living. He was just waiting for the worst to happen. He bought the memory wave out of pure desperation. He did not believe it would work, but he had tried everything else and nothing helped. 10 days later, he called the support line. He was not calling for a refund. He was calling to thank someone. He said, "I remembered where I put the keys to my old truck. I have not driven that truck in 2 years, and I just knew where the keys were." Then he said, "I called my granddaughter by her name without stopping to think." Then he started to cry. He said, "I feel like myself again." That story is not unique. I get messages like that every week. People who thought they were losing their minds, who thought the fog would never lift, and who found something that actually worked. That could be your story too. But you have to take the first step. The link is right there. You already know everything you need to know. Your brain has been sending you signals for months, maybe years. Those little forgetful moments are not random. They are not just stress, they are warnings. And you have seen the solution. You have seen the science, the testimonials, the guarantee, the low price, the simple 7-day test. There is nothing left for me to tell you. The only thing left is for you to decide. Are you the kind of person who waits? Who hopes things will get better on their own? Who lets another day pass and another week and another month while the fog gets thicker? Or are you the kind of person who takes action? Who sees an opportunity and grabs it? Who invests $50 in their own brain because you know you are worth it? The link is in the description. It is in the first comment. You cannot miss it. Click it. Enter your information. Put on your headphones tonight. 7 days from now, you will look back and wonder why you waited so long. Or you will close this video, forget about it by tomorrow, and keep living the same frustrated, foggy life. The choice is yours, but the time is now. Do not let another memory slip away.